Welcome everyone, this is Paul Lawless from Lawless, Edwards & Warren in Boca Raton, Florida, coming to you live from our offices with an economic update for April 2017, reflective of the March numbers. In this month's video, we're going to discuss the major headlines and activities of economic data that have influenced the markets and your portfolio for information as an investor. Please stay tuned at the end of this video as we read to you the necessary disclosure for the Emeritus Investment Corp. With April now in full swing, the data for the month of March is in the books. April's data will be forthcoming, but as of right now, we do know that the major indexes all, on average, advanced about 4.5%. NASDAQ actually experienced its best quarter since 2013. Most of these gains took place in the months of January and February. March was relatively lackluster with the exception of the NASDAQ. Markets may have had a lackluster March. We did pass a big milestone with the economic recession anniversary of the 8th year since the lowest market day. We had a few economic data points. We can see how things have responded since the year 2009. First, let's consider unemployment. In March of 2009, the economic data told us that unemployment was at 8.7% in September, and by October it was over 10%. In March of 2009, the unemployment rate was at 8.9%, and by October it had hit 10%. 0.7% unemployment today represents less than half of the rate that we had in the recession of 2008 and the following years. Next, we'll look at the gross domestic product, or what we call GDP. In March of 2009, the economy had contracted by 6.3%, and by the end of the year was in a downward spiral. Fourth quarter decline in 2008 was the worst economic downturn in 26 years. While the recovery pace has been slower than many have expected, we're definitely on our way out of the recession with positive economic data. While the recovery pace has been slower than many have expected, we're definitely on our way out of the recession with positive economic data. The economy has grown every quarter since 2009. Another economic point and a sign of our recovering economy is the Federal Reserve interaction. The Fed tends to raise rates, attempting to do so at a reasonable rate to engineer smooth economic policy around these various data points. For the decade between 2006 and 2016, the Fed did not raise rates once. The rates were lowered from 5.25% down to 0%. This March 2017, we saw the Federal Reserve raise the rate by 25 basis points. Benchmark rate of lending is still at historic lows, but there's anticipation that there may be a couple more increases in the coming year. In fact, the most recent PCE deflator index, which is a leading economic index, is anticipating more raises in the current year. Some analysts believe we will have at least 2 more raises in the current 2017 year before we close the calendar for 2018. Therefore, right now, anyone with a credit card, home interest loan, or any floating interest rate debt may feel an increase in their payments. Do remember this one thing, and that is that rising interest rates are usually an indication of an improving economy. So the positive aspects usually outweigh the negative aspects of the increasing interest rates. Rising interest rates show a stronger economy. Overall, 2017 has been off to a great start and is showing positive economic growth. We continue to see encouraging economic data and will watch it accordingly. If you'd like more guidance on approaching any of these economic issues, particularly as interest rate sensitivity continues to increase, please feel welcome to call us. If you'd like any guidance on approaching your financial needs around these items, please feel welcome to call us. We're here to talk. That's it for this economic update. I'm Paul Lawless from Lawless, Edwards & Warren Wealth Management, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Please remember that nothing here we've talked about is a recommendation or advice to buy or sell any security. If you'd like to discuss your personal financial situation, please feel welcome to call us at 800-361-8140.